some big games tonight, as I mentioned earlier on. Danny alongside Simon, of course, here in studio. Arsenal here in London, North London, host Manchester United tonight. And what a test early on in his managerial tenure at Manchester United for Ruben Amorim. So what can we expect? What can he expect? Curiously, going into this, he came away with a curious take going into this match at the Emirates tonight, in that he really doesn't himself want to be the focus of all the attention. This is Ruben.
I don't like it. I feel a little bit not embarrassed, but because I'm the coach, they have to chant for the players and for the club. So it's not a good thing for me. I understand and really appreciate the connection with the supporters, but I want them to support the team and the players because they are on the pitch. I'm outside the pitch. But I'm really honored about that, and I feel a connection with the supporters. But we know that we need results to maintain that.
So that was Amorim. I mean, don't chant my name, Danny. Chant the players' names. Chant for United, the team you support. I mean, a touch of modesty there. Is that a good trait?
Yeah, always a good trait. And I think it probably came from a genuine place. I think it's unrealistic, though, to think if you've got a winning side and are playing good football and enjoying what your team's producing, not going to sing your name. But yeah, in the answer to the question, it's a good trait. I think he's very warm and charismatic and likeable. It's difficult not to. He speaks so well. He's positive. He's got great energy. So we'll see how long that lasts. Because you can get brought down in this league, can't you, by the journalists pecking at you and the finding something to...
The media.
Well,
Yeah.
It's what you do, isn't it? You find, I say you, us, you, whatever. I think it's been a good start for him. And I think they can go into tonight with in a way, have a free hit at it. Nobody expects them to win. And if they take Arsenal, if they get a draw or they take them all the way and lose narrowly with a good performance and some positive play and some...
It's a good measurement tool, isn't it? If that's the right terminology.
It is.
But it's a good barometer. He's not going to get a barometer by playing Ipswich and drawing in the first game or beating, was it Bodo Glimt? And potentially... a poor Everton side. They did their very level best to help them. This is against the team that are challenging for the top of the table, which is where Manchester United want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, his approach with the media, it warmed the cockles of my heart. Look, the bottom line is he's taking a certain position. He's making it about the players.
Hold on, you like somebody who talks well. You were the first to jump, as I was, on Ten Hag for being unimpressive. So you have to then...
I'm not disputing the way he's talking. I'm just talking about the genuity of whether he'd like to have his name chanted or not. Because everyone likes to be recognised, and certainly football managers that have been coming from the same cloth as being a player, they all like recognition. Perhaps when he feels he's earned it.
Maybe he wanted it sang differently.
Perhaps when he feels like he's earned it.
Do you believe him here when he says, I don't want the human name chanted?
I don't believe him or disbelieve him because I've got no reason to disprove what he's saying. I think ultimately football is a game of egos. He's a manager and everyone likes recognition. Perhaps he will be happier when he feels like he's earned it.
Yeah,
because right now he's walked through the door and all he's done is get a few people to run around a bit more. And hopefully that will continue because we've certainly seen a little step change in certain people. And I think those people are going to get their walking papers if they don't continue to progress. And by that, I mean people like Rashford. They're at it now a little bit more. You can see in Rashford's body language and the movement off the ball that he's got a little bit more attention, or he's being asked to pay a little bit more attention to what he's doing. Now, whether he can carry that on, because short, sharp shocks and getting people at it are not difficult. It's continuing to keep them at it.
I think that's a great point Simon makes, Danny. Rashford under Ten Hag at the start, great, could do no wrong. And then we saw what happened further down the line. People at Rashford have got to sustain a high level for Amorim, or he'll kick him out.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think he's got the power now and authority, to change things up. But you have to be a little bit careful with how many people you can disregard. Some players you have to go on a slower journey with. You can't just instantly expect everyone to do exactly what you want. Some need a bit more guidance, a bit more coaching, a bit more help, and he's got to pick and choose which projects he goes with in that respect. I was very fortunate when Houllier came into Liverpool. He decided to give me time and try and help me. He could have seen me initially and gone, not for me, his attitude stinks. So there's you pick and choose.
Do you honestly believe, though, Danny, this is something of a free hit for United tonight? I heard you say that earlier on. Do you think you wouldn't be saying that if Ten Hag was still there?
No, because he's 2 or 3 years into a project where he's trying to be competitive. Amorim's just in the door, still looking at which players can play what position.
But with Manchester United, the expectation is there all the time.
If they went on a brilliant run and got in the Champions League, yeah, you could argue every point matters. But when you're going to a team in form like Arsenal and everyone's expecting them to win, it can be really positive with this performance.
If you did a vox pop on 100 people that were football fans related to Manchester United or football per se, I think very few of them would expect Man United to win this game. So the reality of it is there is an element of free hit about it, not because Man United aren't expected to be an upwardly mobile football club, because they're universally accepted as being broken. The guy that was in there was not good enough for the job by most people's yardstick, except those, of course, like the gainer of fine margins, Dave Brailsford, and those sort of people that obviously got a great insight into these things. They all thought that he was good enough. So this guy Amorim gets this pass. Now, go forward a year, and Man United are finding themselves back into a situation where there's expectation of them again. Yeah. There'll be a different conversation, and he'll be judged by a different yardstick.
I also, I'm talking as well, from a tactical. So he can really have a go and be positive, because no one's going to judge him if they don't win. But he can really be. Whereas if he's there fighting on the, Champions League place beginning of next season to go Arsenal away, he's going to be a bit more.
And what about Arsenal, Danny, to finish with? Are they back?
They look good. Look nice and confident and strong. Odegaard back pulling the strings. Has released Saka to go and do his stuff. Rice is back in the middle of the park. The back four look powerful, solid. I'd be surprised if United got anything. I would.
I don't know. I've got a sneaky feeling.
Have you?
Amorim in charge.
Maybe that's wind.
Manchester United. Incidentally, vox pop. I like that. If you vox pop, that's quite a.
If you hang around enough in the media,
phrase.
you might pick up some media-friendly terminologies.
Yeah. Vox pop. Street interviews. For those who didn't know what that meant.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.